If y'all seen the black whiz, what color was Dorothy's shoes? Because I could have sworn. It's Wildgegema, and here's another episode of O.T.S, which is On to Something. This topic is the Mandela Effect. Let's get into it. This man by the name of Nelson Mandela got out of jail, and some people believe that he actually died in prison once he got there. So some people believe that he already died in prison years ago, and some people was like, no, he just got out of jail. So it just became the Mandela Effect. People have different memories of different events. It could be movies, it could be logos, books. It's a lot of things that people have. No, I remember it was this way, I remember it was that way, and stuff like that. I'm gonna speak on my different Mandela effects, and then I'm gonna speak on my theory of what I think the Mandela effect is. So one of my Mandela effects is, I remember Chick-fil-A being spelled C-H-I-C, and then it was the dash, the fill dash A, Chick-fil-A. I always wanted to go to Chick-fil-A when I was younger because we never really ate fast food like that, and I liked it the way they spelled chick, because it was C-H-I-C. Now Chick-fil-A is spelled C-H-I-C-K, which is so weird because y'all always had a different spelling on y'all name, and now it's like it's Chick-fil-A. Like, it was never chick with a K, it was chick with a C without the K, and I'm like, y'all, nah. I remember that because I remember it. I remember that. Another one of my Mandela effects is the whiz, the black one, not the white one, the black one. I was watching it. The whiz is so deep, but anyways, I was watching it and I noticed Dorothy's shoes. What color was Dorothy's shoes? If y'all seen the black whiz, what color was Dorothy's shoes? Because I could have sworn her shoes was red. Child, why Dorothy's shoes silver with like, it has like cracks or like this kind of cracky design in them, and I'm like, her shoes used to be red. It used to be like a red sparkly thing, and I'm just like, I don't ever remember her shoes being like that. But I'm just like, I guess I'm on my ask my sister, like, did Dorothy have red shoes? My sister said her shoes was always silver. I asked my brother, he said he remembered red shoes. He don't remember them silver shoes. I do remember the Beers ones. I do remember it being spelled how people say it was spelled. I do remember the that guy, I forgot his name, how he was a genie. I do remember that movie because I remember it was two black genies. I remember it was Shaq, and I remember it was his ass. I think his name is I'm just calling that nigga Shazam. Sinbad. I do remember him as a genie because we had two genies. I remember that. So I do remember certain things being a certain way. Sometimes when I am typing or writing or even like saying a word, sometimes the word sounds off. Like the spelling looks ugly sometimes, or when you pronounce the word, it's like, this shit sounds weird. I think that's also part of the Mandela effect. I think words, I feel like we normally think it's just movies, shows, logos. I think words change constantly, because I be writing a word down and I'm just like, this don't this don't look right. Like, it could be, I'm gonna say tomorrow. I always want to put an A in tomorrow. I don't know why. Since I was a child, I always want to put an A in tomorrow, and it's just like, why do I want to put an A in there? Why is there a link? Why do I want to put this A? I want to spell it T-O-M-A-R-R-O-W, because I feel like that's just in my body, that is how it should be spelled. But it's not spelled like that. So that's just like one example. Like it's just like tomorrow should be spelled with an A. And then also, like I said, like some words, like you be saying like communication, and then you be like communication, like the word starts sounding funny, and you like this is communication, communication. You start to, is communication pronounced like communication? You start to be like, say communication, and they be like communication, and you like, nah, this word don't sound right, the word don't sound right. I feel like that is the Mandela effect. I feel like that is the words switching and changing, and our asses don't even fucking realize it. Like we don't be knowing it. We only realize it like when it comes down to the logos in the movies and like the fucking burgers and like just the stupid shit that don't matter. But it's really the vocabulary words that should be changing. That should be changing like a motherfucker. Writing a word, it be looking odd sometimes. Or even then, sometimes like you feel like you spelled the word correctly, and then it's like, no, this word is not right. You be like, and then you like, damn, and then you start to second guess yourself. You start to be like, damn, am I slow? Am I dumb? Hold on, like I need to go back to school. Like, am I really slow? And I feel like, no, I feel like that is the Mandela effect. As I started on my journey, my spiritual journey, which I've always been on it. I feel like everybody's on the spiritual journey, but as I started having revelations, my dreams, I started to become more conscious. And all of these messages, signs, and weird or secret synchronicities were happening. I start to notice certain things. One is I started to pay attention to what I was saying and doing. A lot of times I feel like unconsciously, but subconsciously, we do things without us knowing. And when I say that, I say it to mean like we do things and we don't even know why we doing it. We don't even know. We be saying things and we don't know why we be saying it. And what I think the Mandela Effect is, I think the Mandela Effect is us changing these words, changing these logos, changing these events through our dreams. Back on The Wiz, when I was watching it, I was getting deja vu, which is deja revere. Mind you, I done watched The Wiz a billion times, but how I be getting deja vu when it comes down to like movies or shows or something like that, or even just regular deja vu, I see it differently. But especially with shows and TV, like if I'm watching something and I get deja vu, which I dreamt it, and my dreams are different. I'm not sitting on my couch and looking at the TV and watching The Wiz. No. I have first point of view. Like it looks different. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see throughout Dorothy's eyes. Like it's different. So I had a dream. Well, I'm watching The Wiz again for the millionth time. I'm having deja vu, and then I have that's when the Mandela Effect. I'm like, girl, her shoes, her shoes was not them shoes. And the dream, the memory of the dream come flooding back, like Reverend Simone shit. And I'm just like, y'all, we be changing shit without us knowing. Think of Rick and Morty. Think of like Rick and Morty going to another universe, alternate universe where there's other Ricks and Mortys, and they take, you know, a book that they like, their vocabulary words, and they bring it back to their world, and they end up changing it like that. I feel like that's what be happening. I feel like in our dreams we change. So like I feel like in our dreams, I feel like we design shit, and I feel like we be changing things and we don't know that we changed them. It gives the movie Everything All at Once. I feel like when, spoiler alert, but when they were trying to teach Evelyn, the mother, how to I forgot the term that they used, but basically she had to do something weird or awkward to like jump to another universe to grab like an ability. If she wanted to be like a kung fu fighter, she had to do something weird, and then now she got the memory, or she could jump into another reality where she is a kung fu fighter, she know martial arts, And so she could use that in this reality where she don't know martial arts. So, but they told her it takes years of doing that, and you have to learn how to close up the I don't know, they said the hole, the gap, the connection. I think you have to hang up the connection, because if you leave that open, you're still hopping from that universe to this universe to that universe. You still have the memories, and you still have all the things that you have in that universe and that universe. That's basically, I don't want to take out a whole movie, but basically she has to, in a connection, she has to learn how to close that, because you end up warping both of the realities. So I think that's what be happening in our dreams. I feel like they say, like, when we dream, we on another frequency, and then like we go on another like dimension type thing, like we leave our body or whatever the fuck, and we travel to different shit. So I feel like we travel to different universes, multiverses, different lands, which I know we do, because like I said, my dreams be vivid. Baby, I got a dream journal. My shit be vivid. And I got so many stories, but I'm not gonna tell you all my dreams, because I gotta keep them to me. Some of them gotta stay with me. But I feel like we grab things from other alternate realities on some Rick and Morty shit, and as we dreaming, we're Rick and Morty in our dream type shit. And then when we come back to this reality, we're designing this reality, and we come back and we end up changing shit. Like Chick-fil-A is now spelled C-H-I-C-K. Now the Wiz, now she has silver slippers. We end up unknowingly changing shit, because we don't know how to bridge the gap. We don't know how to cut off the connection. We don't know how to separate from this reality to that reality. So that's where the Mandela Effect happens, because we still have the memories of Chick-fil-A being spelled like that. We still have the memories of these movies, these shows, these logos, like I said, words, because tomorrow, it sounds like it should have an A. I don't give a fuck. All my life, that shit sounds like it should have an A in it. But we have all these memories and this feeling of it being this way, and then now it is automatically changed. And we know it was changed because, child, we got the memories. Like, I remember this. We can't delete our memory. Maybe we can, but we can't delete, you know what I'm saying, what had happened. So it's like when we change, we be like, oh my God, it's the Mandela Effect. You know, people be thinking, oh my God, it's the government, it's the this, it's the that. They're doing it in our face. And it's like, no, y'all, it's us. Everything that y'all believe that is something else, it's us. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's us. We be changing shit. So case in point, my niece's name is Monet. That's what I call her. That's what we call her. It's not her first name though, but we call her Monet. Her nickname is Momo. One day, out of the blue, I don't know why. I think it's around last year. I feel like last year, or maybe the end of 2021. I just started calling her Monatia. Like, it just, I was Monatia. Like, Monatia. And she was like, why are you calling me that? And this is what came out my mouth. I was like, I don't know. Maybe your name is Monatia in another universe. On some like Rick and Morty shit. Like, well, I didn't add the Rick and Morty part in it. I'm just adding it now so y'all can think like, every Rick and Morty cannot be named Rick and Morty. It got to be Ricky, Mordecai, something like that, you know. I just kept on calling her Monatia sometimes. I still call her Monet. I still call her Momo. But look, I don't even call her Momo like that no more. I be calling her Monatia. And one day, I don't know, I'm just calling her Monatia. And I start to think about it. I question a lot of things. Like, one thing about life is you need to question things. Question yourself. So I started to think about it. Like, hold on, why am I calling her Monatia? And I was like, I did say her, she might have been like, her name might have been Monatia from another universe. But I'm like, no, why am I calling her this? And I'm just like, what did Monatia, like, I didn't think of her name. I didn't think of, her name is Monet. I call her Momo. I'm a call her Monet. Like, that wasn't in my thought process. I didn't come up with the name myself. I just started to say the name. And that's why I was questioning myself, because I was like, where did I get that name from? Because I know I didn't write the name down. I didn't think of this name. This name just came to me and I just started saying it. And I was just like, maybe the name is from another universe. I got her name from another universe. I went, you know what I'm saying? We go to whatever the fuck, we travel, you know, in the cosmos. We just be doing our own thing in a dream world. And I just feel like I went to a universe where, you know, my niece's name was Monaisha. And I brung that into this world. I brung Monaisha to here. And I just feel like what we're doing with the Mandela Effect, we're just bringing different shit. Like, we're changing different stuff. Because I guess, like, in the dream world, we be forgetting what it's like. I guess, you know, we forgot that Chick-fil-A used to be spelled C-H-I-C. Or even sometimes people say it was spelled C-H-I-C. So they must have come from another reality that it was spelled C-H-I-K. But child, it was spelled C-H-I-C to me. And so, like, we change the stuff without us knowing. We end up merging, conversing, and we did not close that damn gap. We didn't cut off the connection. So that's why we have all of these different Mandela effects, like the Luke, I'm your father. Like, I'm not even a Star Wars fan, and I know he said, Luke, I'm your father. Like, I remember that like clear as day. And y'all changed that. Y'all changed that. I don't even watch Star Wars, so I know I didn't change it. I know I didn't change that, but y'all changed that. We be changing shit. And I feel like, for me, it's mostly the dialect. The dialect is what goes unnoticed. Nobody knows that these words be changing but me. I be peeping. And I started to really peep last year. I was like, ain't no way. And I'm like, what if, I just start thinking about, I'm like, what if the Mandela Effect is what words also, vocabulary words? Because it has to be. It has to be, because it's just things, the words just start sounding weird. Like, you like, no, this is not how it's pronounced. Or you write it down and you like, this shit look ugly. Why is it spelled like this? And like, that's how you know this was changed. But we think, baby, maybe I need to go back to school. I'm stupid. Or maybe I'm tripping. I'm just bugging. Like, maybe I'm just in a weird mood that I don't understand. And it's like, no, we're not crazy. I must have been in an alternate universe where tomorrow was spelled with an A. And that stuck with me in this reality. Father, I hate how father is spelled. I always want to put an R in it. Like, it's just like every time I look at father, I read it as father. Like, I read it as father. Every time. I'm like, my father took me to the park. And I'm just like, why is it spelled like that? Like, it should have it should have something, and father is missing. Something about it grinds my gears. It's just like something about it. It's just, why is it spelled like that? And I just know this is not correct. Like, this is not correct. Y'all must have changed that too, because what I'm saying is, through our dreams, we are creating our reality, designing it. Some people could say manifesting it. And we astro travel, Rick and Morty, or everything all at once if you've seen a movie. And instead of us closing the gap or cutting off the connection, we tend to bring certain things to this reality through our dreams. And that's how we have these Mandela effects. By mistake, because we didn't know how to bridge off something. We didn't know how to close. We didn't know how to stop the connection. I don't know how to say it, but we didn't know how to stop the shit. So that's why we have Mandela Effects. That's what my theory is. Tell me what y'all think about my theory, or just comment down below of any Mandela Effects that you have. And I'm gonna see you in the next video. Peace.